Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing you the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Wednesday, April the 16th. I've got 6 press releases for you from both sides of the border. Great news. Let's start you off first in the U.S. with some revenue numbers. China Carbon Graphite Group trades on the OTC under CAAH. They reported record 2000 sales and earnings. Not a surprise if you've been a watcher of AGORACOM TV. These Chinese small cap companies are really moving really fast. All of them are setting records, and no surprise given where they're operating. The company is the largest wholesale supplier of fine grain and high purity graphite in China. It is also one of China's largest overall producers of carbon and graphite products. Here are the highlights for fiscal 2007. Revenue increased 47% to a record $25.3 million. Gross profit up about 24% to a record $4.9 million. Net income up 34% to a record $3.6 million. And you got to note there, that includes a one-time going public expense of $400,000. So chances are they would have hit about $4 million net income had it not been for that one-time expense. On a per share earnings, fully diluted basis, 34 cents a share in earnings. The company closed yesterday at $2.03. Doing some loose math, you're talking about you're getting this company at 6 times earnings. Go take a look, do your own due diligence. But if you don't find anything there, that's great value, especially when you expect this company to continue to grow in China for years to come. Next up, Holmes Biopharma also trades on the OTC under the stock symbol HLMB. They announced the awarding of a $1.2 million contract. This is a contract from a large East Asian pharmaceutical company. It's important to know here what the company does, what Holmes does. They're a contract research organization focused on providing integrated and cost-effective clinical development services. So they're in the pharmaceutical business, but they're on they provide the actual clinical development services. Got a quote here from John Metcalf, President and CEO of the company. A significant component of this contract is the revenue generated by our new data management center. We're just beginning to realize the potential of this highly profitable component of the clinical research business. They closed yesterday at $1.10. I like this press release, and if they're scoring large East Asian companies, who knows, there may be more to come. So take a look out for Holmes Biopharma. Let's switch over to the venture exchange. African Gold trades on the venture under AGG. This is an AGORACOM client, but as always, the news definitely stands on its own 2 feet. They announced trenching results that returned 84 meters of 3 grams per ton of gold, including 36 meters of just under 6.3 grams per ton and 16 meters of 13.6 grams per ton. Now, normally, trenching results don't make it onto AGORACOM TV, but these are more than just trenching results. Let's go through the 1, 2, 3 as to why. First, these are assay results for 5 trenches located within the immediate proximity of the excavated artisanal mining pit at AGG's Manso Outwear concession. We'll talk a little bit more of that in a second. The 5 trenches total about 1,600 meters in aggregated length and average 3 meters in depth. Second, the Manso Outwear concession contains an unusually large, recently excavated open pit that was manually dug by locals with pick and shovel. 3, the pit measures approximately 110 meters in length, 35 meters in width, and 35 meters in depth. It's estimated that approximately 300,000 metric tons of ore has been manually moved from the site of the pit. How significant of this? I've got some excerpts here from a long quote from Mike Nikiforuk, who's the president over at AGG. Our 456 square kilometer holdings represent significant potential for our company and our shareholders. We hold the dominant land position in the region, and we're bordered by historical sites of production to the north, the south, and west of our footprint. That's pretty significant. Current exploration by Keegan and others continues to demonstrate the growing importance of the region. These trench results represent the most compelling drill targets that AGG has generated in its history. Diamond drilling is currently underway, and we're eager to compare the pending assay results with the internal expectations. A total of 13 diamond drill holes, approximately 2,500 meters in aggregate, are currently being drilled right there. Right after this, a bulldozer is currently on site at the company's Asuwano concession which is contiguous with Keegan's Isasi concession, and they're cutting access roads and drill pads. The rig is expected to be moved there in approximately 14 days. They're going to commence testing drill targets that are parallel to and contiguous with structures that control mineralization at Keegan's Isasi gold deposit. So there's a lot going on here. Obviously, look, if they're going to be doing this much drilling, look for a lot of results to be coming out of African Gold sometime next in the near future. They closed yesterday at 96 cents. Reese Energy and Exploration trades on the venture under RXR. They put out their 2007 numbers. Now, they didn't include the actual revenues and income and all that in the press release. You're going to have to go to CDAR to take a look at that, and we didn't have time this morning. But here's some of the highlights that I liked about this that makes it interesting for me. Reese grew organically by drilling a total of 37 wells in 2007 with a 90% success rate. A total of $12 million in capital was spent during the year. $4.7 million of that came from their own cash flow. Got to like that because they're producing cash. $3 million of that came from cash acquired in an amalgamation recently, and $4.3 million of that came from debt. Here's what I also like. The net present value of Reese's proven plus probable reserves at a 10% discount rate before taxes is $2.58 per share as of the end of 2007. The company right now is trading at $1.66. So you might have some great value there. You might have to net out some of the debt. But if they're using debt to keep increasing reserves, then that's a good sign that this company is on its way. And again, they closed yesterday at $1.66. Medoro Resources trades on the venture under the stock symbol MRS, and for our friends in the UK on the AIM under the symbol MRL. They announced further drilling results from their Lo Increíble gold properties. Those are in Venezuela. Here's some of the highlights. Hole number 274 had multiple intersects, including 38 meters at a gold grade of 4.8 grams per ton and 7.5 meters grading 7.2 grams per ton. The program was designed to expand and improve confidence in a previously reported resource estimate, so you may want to go take a look at that. Significant intervals from these diamond drilling results are in the press release. Go take a look. They closed yesterday at 38 cents. Next up, Solana Resources trades on the venture under SOR, and again for our friends in the UK on the AIM under SORL. They announced that the Castellaco 3 step-out well has been successfully tested at a maximum flow rate of just over 2,500 barrels of oil per day. Solana holds a 50% interest in the Castellaco field that was discovered in 2007 in Colombia. The operator owns the other 50%. They closed yesterday at $3.80. And finally, one stock halt for you here. Flagship Energy trades on the venture under FGA and FG.B. They're halted at 9:05 pending news. Looks like we've got more here. Adnac Moly Corporation trades on the TSX under AUA, halted at 9:27 pending news. Fission Energy trades on the venture under FIS, halted at 9:19 pending news. Cortland Capital trades on the venture under CTK.P. Looks like that may be a capital pool corporation, halted at 9 o'clock pending news. And finally, Kingsway Arms Retirement also trades on the venture under KWA.P. They're halted at 9 o'clock pending news. A lot of stock halts today, a lot of great news. A fantastic day for the small cap space. As always, if you look for more great small cap companies, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. Close to 90 companies now listed by industry and exchange with great summary descriptions so you can quickly find the one that suits your portfolio. That's a wrap. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you tomorrow.